Councilor, you may proceed.
Yes, so we were discussing your what your role is or your responsibilities were at the time you were serving as the chairman of the finance committee.
Be men fo kam be men kacha kan wolem ila lodula ni la lotan kam nyanta kala meneti wato me be siranti yala finance committee o nyin kon wolem nafulu committee o nyin.
Because so many issues were raised by the audit reports, that is from the National Audit Office.
Ako konti bolalo ye ku jamal le wulindi men ya lonko ku ketal le molti ye menu fintindi la kibaro kon.
The one that concerns you is the 2019 audit report.
Me ya lonko le tilinte tela wolem 2019 kibaro nyindi.
So if you don't perform your functions, then you will definitely not know the financial status of the area councils. Is that not the case?
Ni bukaila na ila do ko bukata mano anyama. Boto italo no la kulu belari nyemeng una flota mandi kunyaldo.
Ha, omutonyaldi.
Yeah, that's true.
Council bar kola kol boltole.
Council, but there are difficulties there. Somebody should have chance to be able to perform his duties.
We had already said that you're right. You have to perform your functions. You're right.
And those which are supposed to help us to do our job were lacking.
Mr. Foon, there is no issue. There is no issue regarding someone to help you do your job. You were the chairman of the committee. To call for meetings and write letters requesting for certain documents should not be a problem.
Ako purka meeting o kumandi kabengo kumandi anin ka saferoke ka letter olu safe ke ki dinkiral to alla sola koluto. Ako nyanta kelale.
So if you don't do that, you just fail on your responsibilities.
Ako that's true. He said that's true. Ako woto bitu nima okeno woto mela do ko tamandino anyama.
I am not saying you haven't made any effort.
Akama afode iman ku katade.
It is clear you have made effort regarding trying to get information.
Akoya katale puruka kata ka kuolu tamandi sula menu mo ila do ko sartol.
But you also had shortcomings which we had this.
Bari kol do lu fana lo bije ila karola wol keta mankida ni nasidal. He said that's true.
Now there's also another issue with respect to the removal of the chairman Ebrima Janko Sane.
Ako kudo fana bije men denta chairmanu la bondo la je Ibrahima Janko Sane.
Ebrima Janko Sane was removed as chairman, is that correct?
Ako Ibrahima Janko Sane bondi jele chairman yala ko fo muto nyalti.
And in your statement you said that the issue came about when the chairman was sick and had not been coming to work.
Ako nyin ko na tamuruna ne brin chairman o sasata abukana do ko wala.
And as a result, the vice chairman Haruna Bari convened a general council meeting recommending the chairman to be removed.
Ako tumolam Haruna Bari memo chairman no lankoti no ngana be ngokumandi ando anyi yamaro di ko woto e chairman bondi yada handi
without following due process.
Ando imang ko lutamandi anyama anyanta tala silo menna.
This is in your statement on the second page.
Ako nyimbela kumakano le kono ila kaitilera fulanja onyin
on the last paragraph.
Ila sapala ba onyin kono. I understand that's what's there.
That seems to be a coup d'etat, but then can you explain to us what happened?
Ako nin coup d'etat le muliata ko ako bari afonye muneketa.
Okay. Vice Chairman Haruna Bari.
Vice Chairman Haruna Bari.
I akata baka because Chairman asasata la tata for asiata kartanin lulu wol sifalta manna office.
Vice Chairman Haruna Bari tried very well because the chairman then was sick. It went on for up to 15 months. He doesn't come to work.
And Saferol Ketale ministry.
Up to how many months?
He said 15 months. That's 1 year, 3 months.
Yes.
And during that time, writings took place.
And leaf letter call for Nanketa, but leaf letter you may yait and Najambi, Nanya Moje for B, but it's saying Chairman Abonina Rombanga Diamokon.
We talked about even leaf letters, but the leaf letter I saw here, I have never seen that before. But let me talk about the chairman's removal.
Workshop education la regional office.
On this particular day, we went for a workshop at the education regional office.
Ba janne wonim vice chairman ba kacha soton kaneno mba ya markanga kola.
But before that, I was talking to the vice chairman and I was advising him about this particular topic.
Ba nyim meeting lungo.
But this day of the meeting,
Ata janay na meeting na ning councilor jama diamuta.
but before he came to the meeting, he had already discussed with many of the councillors.
Anyim faham le fanan kafoka CEO fanan anin CEO fanan diamuta le.
And I also got to know that he discussed with the CEO.
Yo, bare aniwo man ben kanto, aniwo man ben kanto meeting nyin na karola.
But they didn't come to terms. They didn't agree on about that meeting.
So akonyo ko bi mbitale mbe resolution o pass la pour ka chairman bondi.
Then he told me we are going today and pass a resolution to remove the chairman.
Who told you?
Vice Chairman Haruna Bari.
Vice Chairman Haruna Bari told me that.
Nkai chairman ola bondo na ngalon ko procedure boto manke nyinti donka ka dun council re ka resolution o pass.
I told him that the removal of a chairman has a process, and you just don't go and call a meeting and remove a chairman like that.
Ba odulanto jejeje ak mantaramulu so kandalo kuma ka nyimbe kan kai dandala ak yememfo mo keno.
At that present moment, I didn't have the book which contains the act with me. This is why I was unable to explain such matters to him.
Bari ngai kaina mala kafoko ka resolution o ndol mang sembo so to jan sign menkeno wolo mbe safero le kala to ministry mbe nga sign.
That I told him that at this present moment we don't have that power to remove him. What we have to do is write to the ministry. And we should all sign that document and show them that our chairman is sick. But the day that resolution was written,
this past December, lom nga minitol nyinje because manna
because after all that, I just left the matter like that. It was just this past December that I was able to see that document.
On the 15th of March.
On the 15th of March.
I'm at 2022 to ministry.
I think this was in 2023. He wrote to the ministry.
Resolution on pastor.
Then they passed that resolution.
In December
it was this past December that I came to know.
Ministry fanang wolung killing on the 15th of March lom ye saferoke.
The ministry also wrote on that same day, 15th of March,
chairman na isula
about the chairman's issue.
Yeah, vice chairman onying ya refer local government act kono.
They referred the vice chairman to the local government act.
We're giving the technicians 5 minutes for them to reconnect. Thank you. Okay, Council, proceed.
Yes, please proceed.
Yes. Nara nga faham ka foko lunkilung lumenate letro safe resolution o passed to la council.
I came to understand that the day that the resolution was passed at our council,
lunkilung la ministry fane safero ke ka arifa local government act.
It was the same day that ministry also wrote and referred him to the local government act.
Yo but biri wo letter of futa advice ma.
But when that letter reached the vice,
the council members will motije menyaje nte kungumaje adung in council meeting nga council be nyinin kala fo moy nyin letter jele bang ibe ko monene maje.
Truthfully, all the councillors, I in fact asked them, none of them said that they saw that letter.
So nada je koteke.
And then I also came to see that
ministry o load lata foka pare.
When ministry took that stand,
ya refer local government act.
They referred him to the local government act.
On the 15th of March later.
That was on the 15th of March.
Then April kono
15th of March of which year?
Sanjuma, to 15th of March, Sanjuma.
2002.
2002.
Right? And
did you say 2002 or 2022?
Okay.
2002 for 2022.
I think ngamela ngani letter of the investigator lale.
I think I gave this letter to the
So
investigators.
fonga confirm because munekata this past December bradi amo wulta chairman mutanang.
It was this past December that when the matter came up again, chairman came back.
Diamo wulta watolo letter on nil post na forum kono koteke kai vice ko ateo itandi council. So nga council meeting nga council be nyininga.
That was the time when this matter came up. Vice said he sent this letter to the councillors. I asked all the councillors.
Council be inte bolo say word.
All the councillors apologized to me.
And do fana manke follow di kontelam problem moti kabrin wolungo kontelam problem moti.
And that was not the first time.
Kabrin nada council ndeni management okatu problem moti ronela and we will make a council less until we are politicians and nga tamle sotong afelenti made data fonyi temboto development man sotong. So
they told me that I was the problem. Since I came to the council, I was having problems with the council, and they said we were the politicians.
Now, you had said that you believe the removal of the chairman, Ebrima Janko Sane, was or did not follow due process.
Ebrima Janko Sane ka bondi anin sartolu manta.
Yes. Was he effectively removed from office?
Fodu inata bondi le tonya wakang.
Nteta phone wala ka a bondi tale.
I cannot say that he was removed.
Kadu nafaham nyamen.
Because how I understood it,
it will fe ya bondile.
According to them, they thought that they have removed him. But I told them that the way you removed him is illegal. And when he comes back, we will have a problem.
Was he back as the chairman?
Yes. He was brought back as chairman.
And he was
I cannot say they brought him back, but he himself came back.
Did he continue to serve as a chairman?
Yes.
When was this?
I think it was in the same month of December.
December 2023.
December 2023.
Do you know for how long he served as a chairman?
Ya long I wati jelle kije katara o chairman yala.
Kabo wati juma kana wati juma. Kadu ya elect 2018. Yes.
He said he was elected in 2018.
Yes, you said he was away for more than a year.
Yes.
Yes. And then he came back.
December. He said he came back in December.
In December?
Yes.
Was there any issue afterwards?
December.
When he came in December,
at a vice kilomole for protester,
it was the same vice who protested, saying that chairman will not enter the council or they will kill each other there.
But let me just
was the issue resolved?
For akonyin inata akonyin bonyoto lebang. How it was resolved?
Because
I will not say it was easily done because it was a continuous quarrel and problematic until vice chairman himself, they eventually removed him as vice chairman.
Proceed. You wanted to say something?
What I want to clarify is when the ministry wrote and referred the vice to the Local Government Act,
on the 15th of March.
As I said, on the 15th of March,
your vice they did,
I think, after they wrote that, it was also the same day that the vice, the letter to the vice also came, because they were all written on the same day.
No. Councilor resolution letter, resolution on removal from Mentata Ministry, on the 15th.
The removal of, the resolution of the council and the removal letter, all were written on the same day, on the 15th.
On the 15th. Ministry for the council on the same on the 15th.
Ministry also wrote to the council on the same day, the 15th.
Was there also a resolution to to remove the vice chairman from his position?
Yes.
So a resolution ole dada banka vice chairman bondi anot.
Ha.
Yes.
Why was that?
Mune yo sabu.
Abemu nying chairman na nying isu nyinet.
It all relates to the chairman's issue.
Because council ya jele kafoko.
Because
vice nukungi bakel.
because
Process yung kono.
council discovered that vice hid a lot of things from them in the process.
Like?
Ko munyong.
Later on boda ministry.
Like
I
the-
refer local government kam.
The letter from the ministry referring him to the Local Government Act,
Ama itan di council la.
he never showed that to the council.
No, because ntenga wo for vice la ko it's a long process.
I told Vice about that. What he replied me was that it is a long process.
Shortcut obijele mbe resolution o passa do ngaki.
Why was there a resolution to remove the vice chairman?
Muna na resolution of the data purka Vice Chairman Bondi.
Nko la foyteng.
That's what I'm saying.
Council ye men complain wolem nyindi ko.
What
Killing.
council complained was first,
Vice ye nuku imale.
Vice
Ala office abuse by correspondent ol bina kanne mela nanko is sensitive to bakela no abike itandi mol.
Vice was hiding things from them. Correspondents were coming and he was hiding all those things
And
from the
bring chairman na
council.
isu fana mamanta.
And when the chairman's issue also
Bira murta nang
rose up,
vice starta like a council beneng.
when the chairman came back, Vice was there insulting the whole council.
Forum ol kono.
In
Ay
forums,
mol kumandi tosi fal bela.
he called people all sorts of names.
Lum follow meng ikoy ba bondila.
The first day that they intended to remove him,
Ntele council dani nko mbe wati kono teng.
I begged council, I appealed to them and told them that, well, we are in hard times.
Fitino warle mbakela adun sainteng alanyim bondo fana te feng kala mola fana fitino da jawiyandi.
There is a lot of problem going on, and if they remove him, it is going to add to those problems again.
E wolunta bay.
They postponed his removal on that day.
The following month,
The following month,
atara kubuta koma sign vice at a lot of fine sign against the council. Kuma kama sifa baby na nendro sifa baby nana.
and the following month, the vice stood alone by himself.
One day,
He was saying all sorts of bad things and insults against the council.
Mr. Foon,
Nam.
you were against the removal of the chairman,
Ako ite fango balantal ni chairman bondola.
Yes.
Yes.
and you were in favor of the removal of the vice chairman.
And new vice chairman Kabondi inata Songola.
Council nte sonola.
I wouldn't agree to that.
Which part?
Ngame follow kata.
Wait a minute. Which part did you not agree with?
Ako emanso munela
Ko vice la bondo nga febole.
Yes.
saying that I favored the removal of the vice.
You didn't agree?
Ha, because menkera
Yes,
Did
I
you
agree.
or did you not agree?
Ako son telefo emanso wala.
manso wala na.
I disagree with that.
Let me show you this document.
Ako mbadunga nyin kaito itandila.
It is a letter or correspondence from Janjanbureh Area Council.
Safero le member to Janjanbureh Area Council.
It has the names of councillors agreed. Well, I am reading word for word.
Ako councilor le tolu bije menu sonta.
For the removal of the vice chairman from his position
Menu
as
sonta
vice chair.
pour que vice chairman bondi ala place to vice chairman yala.
This dated the 25th of January 2023.
January karo tilimu aninani 2023.
Do you recognize that?
Ako ya sutele bang. He said yes.
Ha.
Please let me have the document, and we applied to tender
Aka lafta kaito nyina
a
no.
correspondence from Janjanbureh Area Council
Janjanbureh Area Council la safero ibo fanan dundila.
with the heading names of councillors agreed for the removal of the vice chairman from his position as vice chair.
Kaito nyi me itandi wolem nyinti tolu menu tolu molu tolu. Meni yalon ko wolle sonta pour que chairman nolanko wala vice chairman pour que bondi ala place to.
The date is 25th of January 2023
January karo tilimu ani lulu 2023.
into evidence as an exhibit.
Andu ibakala sede kaito tile.
A council resolution dated the 25th of January 2023 is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/EF/JAC/002.
As the commission places, may the witness be shown exhibit JSC 002.
Kaito nyinsila ya tale aketa sede kaito tele commission nyinto jang.
Yes, that you said you recognize that document?
Akoe kaito nyinsutele. Yes.
What is that document about?
Kaito mumuneti adalilo mumuneti.
Nyemu vice la bondol.
This refers to the removal of the vice.
And the names of the people that signed the resolution agreeing to the removal?
Adun tolle men bije wolle kaito sign purka vice bondi. Yes.
Can you please read to us the names one at a time?
Tolu fono bang.
Omar Balde. Ebrima
Foon.
Lamin Kamara. Nuha Jawara. Ablai
Jallo.
Chendu Boy. Galle Kande. Lamin Tifati.
Seydou Loum.
Ibrahim
Jankosane.
Yes.
Now, was your name there? Or is your name there?
Ako foito bijele bang.
Hade.
Yes.
Now, did you agree?
Ako foison tale bitumbang.
Maybe yenyi ngaro kenyame no nte balana nun kafu ko benyim bengu konole.
Yes, the way I was asked, I will not deny that I was part of this.
You denied. You denied initially that you agreed to remove the device.
Akaye nyinin kale fo ete fanan sontale num pour ka bonde bari wo ya jabi nyinal ko hani mansong.
Are you changing now your position that you did not agree to that?
Councilor Sodorong, ye wodo men usulam ko febo. So ngo ta nyameng wala nam ko manso wodola. Ye nyini ka no fo ndefana nga resolution nyin sign no bang simple mbafala no ye.
He said the word you used to say favor, whether he favored the removal of the vice. That's why he said no. But if he was asked directly that whether you signed the document for those who wanted him to be removed, he will say yes, he will not deny.
Mr. Foon, you favored the removal of the vice chairman. Is very simple. You supported the removal of the vice chairman. That's very simple.
Vice chairman bondo
there is no ambiguity in that.
He said he has agreed.
And the only reason why you support the vice chairman's removal is because you favor the vice chairman against the chairman.
He favored the vice chairman against the chairman?
Yes. You do not support the removal of the chairman, but you supported the removal of the vice chairman.
Chairman la bondo imang so wala. Bari sontale purka vice chairman bondi.
Chairman la bondi nya ngamira mbalanda wala.
I refused to support the removal of the chairman.
Why would you agree with that when the chairman was away for more than a year, as far as you're concerned, 15 months?
Akomuna na woto chairman mankita do kubundala. Membitala fo kartani lulu. I understand that chairman should be removed, but there are ways to remove the chairman.
Are there not ways to remove the vice chairman?
I agree that
exactly.
Yes, there are ways.
Before we talk about the ways to remove the chairman, the first issue is whether you in fact support the motion or you against the motion.
You
guys will be playing politics in council. And that's not only you. It's all over the councils. At the detriment of the people. And it's very clear in these proceedings. It's about who favors who. With total disregard to the interests of the public.
Council, at the time.
What I understood at that time,
Local Government Act kono.
Within the Local Government Act,
Vice Chairman la bondo.
about the Vice Chairman's removal,
Nga understand ko ning council lafta kela.
I understand that if Council wanted to do that,
As support nole,
it can be supported
single majority ka.
with a simple majority.
But Chairman la bondo.
But the removal of the chairman,
Nga lonko
I know that
satrol le follow nyanda taman la janin dolbe resolution of kela.
there are ways or there are
Pour ka fo ko mba bondi kan.
certain things which should be followed, certain rules that should be followed before that removal can take place.
And what are these?
Ako wol mumun leti.
Wala mnyindi ko follow.
First of all,
Nindara nga sude ko chairman sasata la meta amanana.
when we realized that chairman has been sick for a long time, he didn't come to work,
Nyanda na hamole follow itandila.
we should first show our intention.
Sign ko na chairman o sasata kabirun lunkar.
And we should write down that chairman fell sick since so and so day,
Kananyim watikarla.
up to so and so
Sign dol
time.
hamo munyine pour ka bondi.
Our intention now is to remove him.
Then nuwo keta
If that takes place,
ministry
then the ministry,
Mr. Foon,
nam
did you think if the chairman or any chairman that you work under,
akoya mera chairman o chairman iteni me do ko
if
ke.
they are absent for more than a year
Ni man na do ko la men siata sangote.
on health grounds,
Ado aketa jata kende abaliyaldi.
do you think that is really a ground for removal?
Akoya mera fo
To
dum
start the process of removing the individual?
ako fo dum wo jarete le pour ka ko lu tamani pour ka mari bondi do ko.
yalo loi ko lom anu ma ndemanke loyati so ninga wadol kudol bi ngeje safari
Well,
pour ka tama ko do la ngafo ko man jare wol do la
that refers to the law, and I don't know the law.
If you
There
don't-
are certain things which I'll be afraid to do because of my ignorance about those
But
things.
then why will you then now support the removal of one individual and not support the removal of the other?
Akomuna na saying isonta dola bondola imanna son dola bondola.
ani
If you don't know,
emang fam ko
He said he is not understood.
chairman wala bondi nyal
The way the chairman was removed.
I haven't get lost now.
No, Mr. Foon, let us get this clear. The chairman was not removed because you have earlier testified that the chairman was not removed and he resumed work, right? So I think what council is asking you, you understand, the processes that you use, because in actual fact, the chairman was not removed because you people did not use due process to follow to remove the chairman. But you tried to look at the law which favored you to remove the vice chairman. I think, council, that is what
Yes, exactly.
you are trying to drive.
Yes.
So the issue is, he just wants clarity on that, so that we go straight to that point.
And after all, why the chairman ima bondi?
Chairman wala bondi balia.
The reason why the chairman was not
Vice
resumed.
man sonne la moilan tol dolla.
Vice
Member advice kam.
Vice refused to listen to us who were advising him.
Because hani IEC
But because even IEC,
bring March tambida April on the 4th.
April on the 4th,
Lom ngalon ko atay letter men safe on the 15th after ministry ala acting confirm. Ya rifa fanang ya direct prior IEC safe.
and he wrote to the ministry, and when his letter reached the ministry, they confirmed it, and they wrote to him to go to the IEC for them to IEC.
May we please know what the secretary is saying to the witness?
Secretary, I am meant for you.
Yes, please use the microphone, yes.
Use the microphone.
You are speaking over each other.
Okay.
Yeah, so when you talk, you allow him to finish what he is saying.
Yes.
And when we also have something to say, he should wait until you finish what you are saying.
Yes, we
And
just
you allow
want to
the
have it on
yes,
record.
you also allow the interpreter to interpret.
Yes, we just want to have it on record so that it's a public trial. It's a
member
public hearing, so it's important for it to be on record as to.
Alinyanta nyola moyla ni tebe diamu la me kamoji ate manyana diamu le wala na tebe diamu kama kamoji ite fana manyana diamu la pour que diamu la diamu kama.
Baraka.
Do you understand that, sir?
Akoyo fahamu. Yes.
Now, my issue
Atala ko moment
is that the act talks about the removal of the chairman.
Wala tilinta chairman la bondi nyala.
Section 20 says that a chairperson may be removed from office
Wala mbunda muango ya itande ko sisirantio bondi no le ala office oto.
by a council
Bundala
by a resolution supported by 2/3 of all the members of the council.
anda bakala resolution wala sartoti me ya lonko. Council la molu niye tala sidula saba.
On
Menu kanyanta sidula fulo nyi nolu kambenta wala sabondino.
on any of the following grounds:
Sikenyi sartolu kilo kilinta binamen folateng.
abuse of office,
Natara marika kukurum le tamandiala office
corruption,
wala nakaro nintapale ya
misconduct,
wala akakubu kebali ku kebalo leke
or such physical or mental incapacity as would render him or her incapable of discharging the duties of the office.
wala akakuli ke men ya lonko momen sondomo timmata wala momen hakilo futata anoto abanoto wala ala moya mantinya wote ku fasonglu kela.
Do you understand that?
Yo fam
Now, the procedure
bari ko nyanta tala nyamin
after passing the resolution to remove the chair,
ni sarto nyin tamata pour que sirante bondi
you will find in subsection 8,
ibatar la bunda say njawto
which reads,
me akana wala foteng
in the case of removal under paragraph D of the subsection 1,
akoni be bondiro ke la ala fanna follow la paragraph saba nyawnin
which is in relation to physical or mental incapacity,
me ya lon ko wala tilinta amari la hadama ya la tinyala ala moya tinyata
the Chief Justice shall,
Chief Justice nyanta menkela
within 7 days
til worowlo wuce okono
after the receipt of the notice transmitted under subsection 3,
ni ayatara ya kango soto ko me ya lon ka sarto la bunda sabanjango ya itandi
and in consultation with the Director of Medical Service,
andong ate fanani nyaton ko nyanta diamu la me ya lon ko wala marta jara ro kunyala
constitute a medical board comprising 3 qualified medical specialists.
anyanta lonna lu bendi la menu keta jata kende ya bunda lonna lu tipura niesi ya kokunda.
So, in essence, the communication must go to the office of the CJ.
Ako woto akonyin kibaro nyanta futalale CJ la office oto. I think that's the Chief Justice.
Now, the procedure may be wrong, the procedure they followed,
Ako bare ase keno itelia ko tamandi nyameng anin silo manta.
but it all starts with a resolution.
Bare abe damata ta resolution la wolem wo sarto me ya tamandi.
So when you believe that the chairperson should be removed based on this for either abuse of office, corruption, misconduct, or physical or mental incapacity,
Ako nal natalala ko nyanta bondila nyin sarti nanol le kan wolem nyinti ko nakarew nin tapale ya wala amarika ku kebalo leke wala anata ke sasati me ya lon ko ala hadama ya tinyata
you support the motion.
woto alsi sarto
Just wait a minute. When you don't believe that,
alsi fa sarto
then you will not agree.
but nali man lawala alsi balang
But you did not agree with the removal of the chairman. Did you agree at the time?
ako barite e man son nun chairman la bondola fodo son tal nun la bondola utum
Mansong, it's in Sonova.
I didn't agree to his removal. If you
Yes.
can give me
Yalong resolution onying.
the resolution,
Wayanda kala kula bandingon to chairman la case to.
that should be the last thing in the chairman's case.
Menyanda kala.
What should have taken
Dol nyanda
place?
na hamole itan la intention letter.
We should have shown our intention in a letter.
Menyanda membe fana nyanda men sign na.
Where did you see that?
That a letter which we all.
Where
should
did you see
sign.
that?
Ako yo jamin tole.
Nin chairman o atro ka sasa to la.
Where did you see that it starts with an intention letter?
Ako yo jamin tole dokulala wa.
It has to be an intention letter. It shall be an intention letter.
Where is it? Just show us where.
Section on entire, but it should be between section 20 and section 22.
Sorry, Mr. Foon, let me hand you over this so that you read us the
Okay,
section.
okay, please. Let me see. Thank you.
That's sub 2. Subsection 2, 20 subsection 2.
Ya fahamla bakada mem.
Page?
Look at subsection 2.
Subsection 2.
Sorry. Let me see the content so that I know where the removal of the picture.
Sub 2.
I want to know the page first.
Page 20.
I go page 20.
Yes.
Yes.
Subsection 2.
It says, for the purpose of removing the chairman under section 1 of this section, a notice in writing signed by not less than 2/3 of all members of the council shall be submitted to the deputy chairperson, stating that they intend to pass a resolution to remove the chairperson on any other grounds as set out in section 1. Is that what you're referring to?
No, not there, actually.
Because that seems to be the only part that talks about intention.
Ako kadu dinkira drone kanga niola kumufode. Ata idame read thing.
Yes.
Is that one?
Yes.
That's what I was saying. Everything starts with agreeing to remove the chairperson. But you disagreed in the removal of the chairperson. The chairman. Did you agree or did you disagree?
Okay, I don't.
With respect to the removal of the chairman?
He said he disagrees.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Everything starts with agreeing or disagreeing with respect to the removal of the chairman. Is that not the case?
Yes, on that very day, I didn't agree to
Before the procedure to pass resolution inform the CJ, you must agree 2/3 to pass the resolution.
Janio bebe kela purka kamaru futandi CJ ma kafombo lu nyante talala sapa sabaleti menu kanyanda sapa fulo nolu kambenta wolem 2/3 ti wolu bitu.
That is the point where you in fact showed your disagreement.
Ako je yela sombali ya itandi wolto.
In removing a chairman that was absent for 15 months or more or a little bit less.
Is that
not true?
Yes, yes.
Now let me show you minutes of General Council meeting held on the 25th of January 2023.
General Council la bengoto abina wolle itandi lelaten.
It's signed by Mr. Ebrima Janko Sane.
Ibrahima Janko Sane wala ya sign.
Do you recognize that?
Fair suit Yes.
We apply to tender the minutes of the That's fine.
I attended this meeting, but yes. I don't think the council got these minutes.
It is signed. So can we have the exhibit that we already showed you as well?
Ako assign tale ayo ayin kaito fanankaning.
Madam Chairperson, we apply to tender the minutes of General Council meeting held on the 25th of January 2023, signed by Mr. Ebrima Janko Sane of the Chairperson, Janjanbureh Area Council, into evidence as an exhibit.
The minutes of the General Council held on the 25th of January 2023 is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/EF/JSC/003.
As the Commissioner, please. May we request the evidence, please? Now, I will refer you to the third page. I believe you can read, sir. Is that correct?
Okay.
Where you yourself made a comment. Do you see that?
Yes.
Please read
Yes.
to the commissioners what your position was.
Ako afo commissioner liye itela lodu la momenti no ngotumo.
Mang ñini karo ñim fam.
Ako itela lodu la momenti ila position aka lafta yo le karan commissioner liye.
Na lodu la momenti mundo.
Just read where you are referred to. You have, you see, Ebrima Foon.
Yes, yes.
Your comments during the meeting.
Yes. Okay. Councilor Ebrima Foon, Ward Councilor Ebrima Foon, on his reappearance, thanked his colleagues for what they all have said. Further down, he said of his disappointment that the chambers was misled, which he was not part of, because he flatly refused to sign. Frankly, he said, even the ministry has not taken enough time to analyze what was there about removing a sick chairperson. Foon said that the ministry should have identified the justice minister to afford 3 independent doctors to examine and report, after which something could have happened. And this should also be an deniable compliance by the chairperson's doctor.
Please proceed.
Therefore, the chairperson by law is not removed. On the basics, the chamber should decide what to do today, and in my view, it is to remove vice chairperson.
Yes.
From his position.
You champion the removal of the vice chairman.
Yeah, with these minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
You champion the removal of the vice chairman.
Vice chairman la bono amunta yo bambandile.
Is that correct first? Is that correct first?
Ako form to
Yeah,
what appeared in this minute.
Let me have the document, please.
I cannot remember.
Just take your time. You don't need to be tense. Let's have the document and then we can proceed. Yes, please proceed. Go ahead. Yes.
The words written in that document.
Because
I can deny some things which were written there.
But you
because
accept.
I have not seen even this document. I have not even set eyes on it.
But you accept, you champion the removal of the vice chairman.
Vice chairman Bondo.
That is the crux of the matter. You accept that.
No. What I'm lead council.
Then
vice chairman.
Then he said,
general council meeting.
When they first wanted to remove the vice chairman, I appealed to the meeting to wait.
Exhibit JAC 002. that I had shown you this resolution that you have signed states otherwise. In fact, it clearly states that you supported the removal of the vice chairman.
Vice chairman la bondola.
Abani kontele a champion.
He said the word that he championed it. That's what he is denying.
So who championed the removal of the vice chairman?
Vice chairman ala bondi ko following fula nyambia afanga la party o mol chendunyol I remember it vividly.
He said the vice chairman's own followers, his own supporters, Chendu and others were involved.
That is the issue. You are not in the same party with the vice chairman. That's why you are saying these things. Just listen to me, Mr. Foon. Mr. Foon, the records, they speak for themselves.
Yes.
And council cannot be run based on how you have not been doing your job as the chairman of the education committee. You are given a chance to lead the education committee. You fail to do your job.
Education committee la
you were given opportunity to lead the finance committee. You failed to do your job. And now to look at the best interest of the council, you still fail the people. I am not saying that the vice chairman was not supposed to be removed, or the chairman was not supposed to be removed. But all of you will be playing politics in the council when at the detriment of the people. It's as simple as that.
Late council. Nsontela kumobera but kafuko vice chairman la bondo ndele a champion and politics Janjanbureh era council momo ninga political mantranto damol temaje ibuka hanalon fan jumalon party jumati.
Well, what I can say here is I agree to all that you said, but the only thing I disagree about is first to say that I championed it, one, and to say politics among us at the Janjanbureh area council, you will not even know who belongs to which party.
But he said it. You said here that it is his party people.
Ani memen eko jumare a champion.
He said what he said is when you said who championed it. That's what he meant by the man's own people.
It's the minutes that shows that you are the one who started the process.
Council be murande ka name blame alani second removal la first one oni.
The whole council came back and blamed me for his removal.
Council be le kambenda ko ba bondila.
The first one, the whole council agreed to remove him.
Ndele dani roke nko.
I begged them, I appealed to them not to remove him.
Mbetembo mendo fitno ten sambadulato mbetella wato bandala kanyum bondi science ndenga manna fasoto.
At this time our time is up. Our time has ended. And
let me read to you what the following paragraph states. He said, Ward Councilors Ebrima Foon on the issue frankly stated that the vice chairman cried to his colleagues that until and unless they signed a resolution for him, he would not be paid for his acting allowances. This was why our colleagues signed, though not excluding me, because I was not convinced. From that resolution, the vice chairman wrote to IEC as advised by ministry, which he did unilaterally, for which he was condemned by his chambers. The report from IEC was not honored, even made known, because then he was not interested. So to quiet ourselves, I don't know what grammar this is, to quiet ourselves and continue our development, I advise that we remove him for the position of vice chairman.
So you to fahamule bang, I remember for thing. Can you please allow me to read this thing again?
The last paragraph.
Last paragraph.
I want to see
last paragraph.
But you minute may as a moto TJ, may as a
Is at the back of the.
Abe kaito nyinkoma.
What I signed, but
It is here. I had already shown you the resolution.
Ako ay sarto nyitandila le.
Mr. Foon, it is not about who signed it. Everyone signed that particular resolution. You yourself agreed to that. My only issue is, Mr. Foon.
Mr. Foon.
This is 9th of July.
25th. Look at the top. And you can stop finding excuses, Mr. Foon. You see, the issue is not whether the vice chairman or the chairman should be removed. The issue is you have to just follow the same rule. Is that not the case?
Chairman, vice chairman.
Do you understand that?
Yeah,
I don't know who wrote this.
Do you agree? Let's assume you did not even champion the removal.
I do not.
Let's even assume that is the case, but you supported it.
Ako hani ma bisilan ka fok champion ya boje. Ako bari kulo me ya lon koy fanan son talal no.
Very good. Nsontala nyame.
You supported just answer the, wait a minute. You supported it.
Yes, he said he agreed.
Just please. When you want to explain something, you can say that you want to explain something. But right now, when I ask you, it's a very direct question. Did you supported the removal?
Yes.
Wait for the interpretation, sir.
He said yes.
You signed for the resolution for the removal. Is that not the case?
He said that's true.
You yourself didn't even follow procedure.
He said?
He did not even follow procedure in removing the vice chairman. The same way, the chairman's procedure was not complete. Do you understand that? Do you agree with that?
I agree.
That is why I said it is about who you favor and not the interests of the people you serve.
No, it's not part of that. I am biased between me and God. Vice, when they wanted to remove him first, I was the only person who begged the whole council not to remove him.
There's no evidence of that. My last question would be, do you think for someone who did not report to work for 15 months, from your own evidence, I am not saying that happened,
occupying
the office of a chairman, do you think that would be a ground to start removal?
Okay.
Yes, I understand that, and I never agreed for. I never denied his removal. I agree to his removal.
You did not agree. Then why did you not sign the statement? The same way you signed this particular statement for removal?
Sign and sign vice labondo. The understanding I have about the local government act, I want you to understand that I'm talking in the name of the Almighty God and His prophet. Well, my understanding of the act is not complete.
ndenga men faham nung akonyo kono wala nyindiko nyanda intention letter la safela nga sign nga ki ministry
that is not true.
What I intend.
Tell him I said that's not true. Just wait a minute. That's not true. Because you signed the removal of the vice chairman.
Vice chairman la bondo kaito.
You could have, if you don't understand the act, with clear intention that definitely you did not understand the procedure. You would have signed the one for the chairman as well. Do you now understand why?
Lead council ngabula keleng faham vice chairman and chairman la bondinya ila complicate nyal manke kilinti.
The way their removals were done are different because there were complications about their removals.
Vice chairman la bondo.
The removal of the vice chairman.
Simple limba le borlando me alonko.
There was a simple writing which
a layman can understand
is understood by can be understood by everybody.
But wallahi billahi amanke nyindika foko ngake fasar diala kama on la vice bondal.
But
I didn't do it just because to remove vice.
Mr. Foon, I will hand over you to the commissioner. I don't to the commissioners. You don't have any explanation for your actions.
Ako bitun kolu tata wala nyama andung ila sataro amasene amang yitandiro ke pru ka foko etebe nyi sapakarol yaji amunta nyindom e manso wala sonda nyindon so amunta kawo la fatam fanso akawo le boy nyoto te silang abe ila ko soundila commissioner bulu.
Yes, Mr. Foon, you talked about the UNCDF funding. How much funding was given to the council for these projects that you highlighted in your statement?
UNCDF la dépense kunya me yafo hanfo afindite la safiroto akoyo mujelleti.
Okay, UNCDF project all.
The UNCDF projects.
Well, new words all lebe deal can directly and word ila fund kate alfonga development word letter.
And they were dealing with the wards directly, and every ward their funds go directly to their development
ward development account.
To the ward development account. Their money goes into the ward development account.
So you've also indicated that the wards that benefited from this funding, the council did lottery to pick the particular wards that should benefit.
Council lottery leke purka jube ward juma nyole nyanta kodo nyi sotonna.
Nta fola ko council da malo because a mel fang le funding ke fanal benunjele UNCDF fang benunjele wo mitum fanan keta regional education office le.
I will not say that it was only the council who did it. But the UNCDF staff were also there. They were present when we were doing that.
Reliance BJ, QCL BJ.
Just hang on. This lottery business, regardless of the fact that the staff of the UNCDF were present, was it not the responsibility of council to check within the wards that are most deserving for some of this project's activity without having political coloration, because this was funding coming from an agency outside? Was it not the responsibility of council to look for the deserving wards and suggest or make decision for those wards to be supported?
Ako, fodum ni manke kuti council nyanta sila ka jibe wala fisiata dina ka ke lottery ka jube wodu jumanyo lebe sularing men ya lon ko be sularing kende ke yo wodo lu jube ni nyanta wulu mako ila nyamin akaya mira wala mu kuti men nyanta kala nu wala fisiata pour ka lottery nyinke ako hanna tara UNFCD fanga molu bije barat la miro do council nyanta jube la wayri council le bije itelle nyanta jibe la wodu jumanyo lebe sularing mako ro labi aning mum mako façon
brief at council level.
When they came to council level,
Ngalon ko ikamen foten silang council failed a responsibility because otumo memfana menu governor yaje abasanya neti.
well, that's when they came to council, I can say that that's where council failed its responsibility. Because at that time it was Abasanyang who was the governor there. And me personally, they wanted to remove me out of that project. It was just that I stood my ground.
So now let's talk about the finances. You said the UNCDF paid direct to the ward accounts.
Yes.
Ako UNCDF ya kodo dundi ni wodo la kudi control leto.
So
yes.
These wards, they have their independent accounts. Is that the case?
Ako to wolu ye fansum kudi control le soto. Yes.
But CEO kake fongoti jele signatory wo account otole.
But the CEO is also a signatory to those accounts.
So which were the banks that the council was banking with?
Bank jumanyol le bije council ni men ka do koke. Reliance.
So for all these development projects, these monies were paid at Reliance.
Yin kodol ni nyin do ko la munta kodo be na flow be tata Reliance. Yes.
So but at the end of the project cycle, were there any reports?
Ako do ko nyin kerim bandingo fa banda. Fodu ye kibaro lu safela ako nyin to bang.
Chairperson Baraka nkai UNCDF.
Thank you, Chairperson.
Ila project ko ntela tamo be kono nena manjongoje.
Throughout my presence there, the job that the UNCDF did, I have never seen its kind as yet.
Because hani ntol fangol
even ourselves.
Auditor le kabonang Auditor General's office kanang audit.
Auditors come from the Auditor General's office to come and audit us.
And inspection team jamal le fanang kanana.
And a lot of inspection teams come there.
What I'm asking is that at the end of the activity of
Akoa
these projects that you have listed, you said they drilled a borehole for Dasilame garden, they fenced the garden, and they also fenced the Gamspat garden. So what I'm saying is that was there a report at the end of the project so that you will have that in your archives? It will help you in your budget the following year to know that this is a record, this has been done in this ward, and we should not duplicate our efforts in doing X, Y, and Z, so we should move. So that is what I'm asking, whether there was any report. They have a report.
Aka mem for reporto for the data le bandu ko nyim bandulato pour nyin kamma asitara council la kayti mabo talu kono isaje asal naka isi nibe do ko kala isaju be pour kana say ku kilingo kan isa fa nyin do ku kari ketale katu e boholo singa dinkra fulafo pour isa foko dasilame
and they fence their garden.
Andu yela na ko lu fanan sansang bari ni ba kala asal naka isa jube men ketanu e kana say wo ku kilingo kan ako fo wo kibaro do ko bandulato yo reporto de dale he said all those reports are made
because in community development
so please note and help us get those reports
because we work with the community development but ako
please note
isi ma koy pro ibulo silano wo kibaro lu kan nyame
only the reports
yes, any documents relating to these projects?
So
the last question is, was there any counterpart funding from the council in the execution of these projects?
For council no, I was not aware of that.
Thank you. Yes.
Mr. Foon.
Mr. Foon.
Yes, sir.
I have a couple of questions
for you.
Let me start with, did your area council have a budget?
Area council for a budget so my budget wole malankuna fulo e kadu ko ke malankuna fulo men fo ala akenya adaringo alkawle sotoba. Yes.
And all expenditure was based on the budget.
Akondung alla depansul men alkebe ke abeka bo malankunna fulo le kono bang.
Expenditure is bono jere barinte to o senandi no la jang.
Well, it is possible that the expenditures come out of that budget, but I cannot clarify that here.
Nta fono la kafuka beka bojele because ni wol buka o kaytol be itandin tol buka bonde kol be kalama. E kanyinen ka men na tanta senandi no la kafuko fo abeka bo wole kono.
I cannot clarify here because those people, if they don't show us what has been spent and on what it has been spent on, and if we don't see those documents, we will not be able to know what has been done, and the money that they spent, where is it from? I cannot ascertain that here at this moment.
No, but excuse me, Mr. Foon, you said emphatically that yes, you had a budget.
Because
budget will no be prepared mbele ka ndabulo kono.
Yes, because when they are preparing the budget,
ministry for budget bilateral.
We all take part in preparing the budget, and we also come to the ministry for the bilateral budget.
Now, if expenses are to be made, it has to come from somewhere.
Yes.
If it must therefore come from the budget.
Yeah,
and you being the chairperson of the finance committee, you are not aware of expenditure coming out from the budget?
I cannot say that I am not aware of the money they take from our budget. But what I'm not sure is whether all the projects or all the expenditure comes out of the budget.
But that's where they should come from. You know that.
And that's what he said. That's what.
But in transparency, man soto.
But if there is no transparency, I swore by the Quran, and I don't want to say anything.
That's okay. That's okay. Now, if they are spending monies, you must know where the money is coming from. And yes, one way of you knowing where the monies are coming from is to know your bank balance or your cash flow. Were you ever, as chairperson of the finance committee, been shown on a monthly basis, because the act says the finance director should be producing or balancing the accounts or doing cash flow reconciliation and all those things, so that you would have an idea of how much money you have left in your kitty so that you can spend?
Ako, ni aja yo funa fulo men ka dépense wonya ka finance director men bije anyantale pour aka kodo nyim ça fait men ka dépense men ka dum men ka ta ka dum men kunna aka be nyanta be sa felale pour nyin kamma atel membe mararin na fulo la finance committee amanya na tel kumpala pour wo na fulo aka bodamen anaka dum men kunna pour nyin kamma al finance bo akala mun be ke kam mun be tamakan ako fobu ka ke bang
yemen fo wolon toñati ba ya nim finance director bu kana wala yo lanki yo lankene maro la nin dol nyakor.
What you said is true, but the finance directors, if they don't come to us or even show us those papers, we will not
reconciliation.
They don't show us reconciliations or balancing.
So my question to you as chairperson, is it that the finance director or the CEO has complete dominance of the accounts of the council?
Ako CEO wala finance director fanyi mo fulolu doronne marata council la kodo kunya na lanya mume obela bang. Yeah, that's true.
So in retrospect, they don't talk to you, the councillors who are elected, to serve the interests of the people, to tell you what they are doing for the council.
Wenyine firinko ibukadia mualiye ibuka falien kawo kodo lutamandi nyamen ana lanya andu atel bije purka do ko ke molleye men yalon ko wolle atel sambaje
abuka ke fereng
They don't do it.
Adunga kumo fanam fanal mandiati nga funtin di bandale fo batata. Lama discourage fang.
And for the years that you were there, sorry.
Because that's what's happening. Because we complained about this, we complained, even these complaints went beyond the area council itself, but nothing happened.
Now, for all the years that you were a councillor and head of the finance committee, all this was happening. All this was happening and you kept quiet until 2023.
Commissioner,
ntol diamu da juna la ngamera Gambia kono Janjanbureh area council le follow ya commencer ka diamu ila management la ko.
We talked early because I think Janjanbureh area council was the first area council to bring out these complaints.
Ngal ne kon to le responsibility sotole.
I know that
council level
we have a responsibility
ngobe admit la jang
at the council level, and I admitted all that here. But I say
ntol fanal be jikirim bunda le la mel ya lon kon ntol fanal ya fil ko melbe ka balantol bul council. But
we believe that there are people above the officers whom we complain to. So those officers above the officers that we complain to should have been able to do something about these officers who are not doing what they should do.
Okay, let me create this scenario. You as chairperson of the finance committee complain to your immediate people, your immediate oversight, and they did nothing. And according to you, they have superiors. Now, couldn't you have extended your concerns to their superiors?
That's what I'm saying. We tried all that.
2018, 2019.
Since 2019.
Problem be Janjanbureh area council.
The problem at the Janjanbureh area council.
Fentije me ministry kumpa.
There's nothing which the ministry is not aware of.
Fentije me select committee kumpa local national assembly.
There's nothing which is not which the National Assembly Select Committee doesn't know.
Fentije me service commission kumpa.
There's nothing that the service commission doesn't know about. But they don't even.
Gentleman top londorong banta fentinalan disciplinary tije.
There is no disciplinary. There's no discipline.
So
nothing happens.
The same problem kono koteke.
And we go back into the same problem.
So next year for na kuma kilum foy koteke problem kilum foy koteke.
And the following year when they come, we will complain to them. We will tell them the same thing. In the end, you the worker will become discouraged. Well, some things happened. We didn't want it like that. We all came with the intention of doing a good job.
Yeah. Let me just ask my final question. What is the mood of the council workers with all of these problems that you have said? Were they happy to come to work? Were they not happy to come to work? Or they just have the laissez-faire attitude, I'll go to work from 8 to 5 and they pay me my salary at the end of the month, whether I do a work or I don't do a work? Akodo kulalu,
ikalango benyadile, katu moko kundi moka kalango lesoto. Itali kana do kola nyaming, ise wori ngule kana bang, wala ini kuyari ngule kana bang, wala kana danko doro ngata ngana do ko ke nin karo fata yenjo wo imang kumuta kuti fo iwo do kulalu beje nun wala nyama bang
do kulal même man kontan wala siata because council mo fula da maneka sam.
Among the workers who were unhappy were only who were menu man kontan fo menu kontan
do kulal mel man kontan do ko tamani nyala wala siata.
Well, the workers who were unhappy about the way the job was being done will form the majority. They form the majority. Those who were unhappy, they form the majority.
Council,
Council, if you check, only 2 people. All the rest, they don't see anything, no benefits. They don't see any papers. They don't see anything, especially the papers, the documents.
Thank you. So, Thank you. Mr. You talked about Mr. Sedikan.
Akoy Mr. Sedikan la kumofo.
Yes. You complained about Mr. Sedikan.
Can you
briefly tell us why you felt that the contracts, the 4 contracts he was given, was not done properly? What was the issue?
Akomunum koti me ya kendi teman sewo ye contract na no men diala kafo amanta silol.
Ngame mfale dron nga frustration no men sotong go contract ko nyim fanan kabribe dunna kono.
What I say is just the frustration I have. That contract also.
Contract document man soto wotuman.
There was no contract document.
So you as the finance, I just want to be clear, you as the chair of the finance committee, who is supposed to make sure that the contract follows due process, and the award of the contract follows due process. You are not part of the awarding of the contract?
Ako itele nyanta jela ko contract ko nyitani silo la menyanda ako fabar ni be contract ko dila fayta buka bakala ma
nene man si contract ko kuna
I have never even sat over those contracts.
Hani si nya killing nene ma
even once it has never happened.
Thank you.
Adu wolum fanan
And on that day also
nim fa la councilor bela kuyata
I had a difference with all my own councillors.
So
I stood alone.
Okay, so now we've got that. This Mr. Sedikan, what is his full name?
Akonyi Mr. Sedikan atona kontongo fongo be mumuneti.
Mang ntema long ma ato nyin long Sedikan nyin ngole long.
I don't know his name, but I know his surname to be Sedikan.
But eventually, was he able to execute the contracts properly?
Fodung birin contractol ditala anata contractolu kenole anyama bang.
And were you able to inspect to see that the contract was executed based on what was contracted out to him?
Akofo kola fongo itenata jibele ka korosi kofo ay do ko men kay contract do ko lumen ke abe tata anyama le anyanta ke la nyamin ayake wala nyama bang.
Wo contract ko nyun kono tesi mem fono ja dango be doyala.
What I can say in that contract is very small.
Because killing
first
mang ndama mbula kono.
I was not involved in those contracts. The discussion came to the council meeting. When the discussion came to the council meeting, there was an agreement, and by that time they had already agreed to give this contract to Sedikan.
And that council meeting should come to our finance committee.
And at that meeting, I made it plain to them that these things should be made known to us as the finance committee, what the contract given to him, what it entails, and the amount of money involved. We as the finance committee should be aware. But
chairman from Janko Sane and Sambali.
But my own chairman Janko Sane and Sambali, I had a big problem with them on that day. Which was very serious. They didn't listen to me. But later on, they themselves had a very serious problem with the contractor. So I don't know whether they ended up taking the 2 contracts from him or whatever happened. I cannot say anything about that. Because what happened? When they had this problem with the contractor, they wanted to take the 2 contracts from him. I'm not sure, but I thought that they took these 2 contracts from him. There was one Maudo Toure who used to come to the governor, and I think the governor himself later on he was involved in this talk with one Dembasanyang also comes there too.
Na miro to membe nkunkono jande adu ngaje ngani na testimony jubele ngamira Sedikan for narolam fo munen bani menka doko. I
looked at the testimony of Sedikan and I don't know the other person whether he's a colored person.
Na tara wole fulo nyinkele den ibita jela ka fuko mawdo na lo kew nyin wole the other 2 nyinke.
If that colored person did the 2 contracts, then Maudo and his friend did the other 2 contracts.
So you have not seen any documents?
Mang hani document kilinje concerning that project.
I didn't see even one document about that contract.
Thank you so much. So, Mr. Foon, any other questions?
Just to clear something before Mr. Foon, Mr. Honorable Chairperson. Who was appointed the vice chairman when the chairman was removed?
Akubiring yim bondije chairman bondije jumale tombong menketa chairman no lankoti wala vice chairman.
Haruna Bari. Honorable Bari.
Who was appointed? Who replaced the vice chairman?
Akujumale say vice chairman la palasoto.
Ndefang.
Myself.
You are smiling.
No, ngalo ne ye miro men soto.
That's fine. That's all for this witness.
Yes.
Council.
No, yeah.
That's all for you, sir.
Akwa be muwalati purita la karo.
Okay.
Do you want to highlight anything on that?
Yes.
As you replacing the vice chair, that
vice chairman la palaso.
Yes. What do you have to say?
Lafta yung commission on la fale la ku kelnela ngalon ko moje male nata jang.
Yes, you just go straight to the point.
Okay. Vice chairman la bondo.
The removal of the vice chairman.
Nsafo kotake. Billahi wallahi tallahi.
I'll repeat it. I swear.
Ngakatol kele.
I tried.
Even though ndefa ngalon ko.
Even though myself I know.
Ndela moti me alon ko nsuti atala nyi be trosoton tele.
I was closer to him because they all trusted me.
Adun council be na le Janjanbureh councilor na njay be ba admit la ka foko ya a first attempt kele ka bondi.
And if anybody from the Janjanbureh area council comes here, you ask them, they will say the first attempt took place to remove him.
Adun tele diamuta.
I was the only one who spoke on his behalf. But when I am following rules, they don't listen to me.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you very much. The council. So we will request that you provide us with this information and endeavor to do so by Thursday this week. So we will discharge you and we will call you in if we need you to clarify any other issue that might come up. So thank you so much. Do we have another witness to call? Or this time? All right. That's the end of today. So we will rise. We'll see you tomorrow.